Hey guys, so today we're making some garlic parmesan chicken meatloaf. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started with the recipe. So I want to preface this by saying that I got this recipe from Facebook and they have catfished me before and they did it again. But anywho, we're going to start with some ground chicken. So I'm only going to use 1 pound of this ground chicken. I got this big pack from Sam's Club, and so I am following the recipe as it is listed for the most part. And so I'm going to season it with some salt, some pepper, some Italian seasoning, some onion powder, garlic powder. But really, I don't care what seasonings you use. Just make sure your food is not bland, because we don't want no bland food, y'all. Okay? I also added in some adobo for some additional flavor. I will say the meatloaf did taste good. It's just not going to look like it did on that picture from Facebook. And I don't know why my husband keeps sending me these Facebook posts telling us to make this. And I make it and it looks nothing like the picture. And this same thing happened with some cookies that I made. But anyway, I'm going to add in some grated Parmesan cheese as well as some mozzarella cheese. And then I have a few cloves of fresh garlic that I just chopped up. And I'll be sure to put the ingredients and instructions in the description box below. But I'm also adding in some chopped yellow onion as well as some fresh parsley and a little bit of some oil. I'm using grapeseed oil, but the recipe called for olive oil. Next, I'm going to add in some Panko breadcrumbs, or you can use some Italian breadcrumbs. And then I'm also going to add in 1 egg, and I am going to mix all of this together. And you want to make sure that you don't overmix your meatloaf, because you don't want it to get all tough and dry and all that good stuff. And this is chicken, so we want our chicken to be nice and juicy. And so I'm just adding in a little bit more seasoning, and then I am going to spray a sheet pan lined with foil. I sprayed some nonstick cooking spray. And so I put that to the side while I prep the breadcrumb mixture that goes on top. So I have some more panko breadcrumbs as well as some Parmesan cheese, and then I added in some melted butter and some garlic, and I am going to mix that together. The recipe didn't say season it, but I was like, I'm going to season this. So I added in some Italian seasoning, some salt, and some pepper. And so I'm going to mix that up. And then this goes directly on top of the chicken meatloaf. And so I think this is where they probably didn't put this in the recipe, or I'm convinced they use AI for their picture, because there's no way this meatloaf didn't look anything like it when I followed that recipe to a T. And so I'm putting the breadcrumb mixture on there, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes per the instructions. And so this is what I'm reminding y'all what the recipe looked like, what the picture looked like, because mine is not going to look anything like this picture. Okay, especially since they had me put the breadcrumb mixture on there. So this is what it looked like after it baked, and I'm like, this is not what y'all said. Y'all sold me a dream. So my husband's like, why don't you just put some extra cheese on the top and put some butter on it, and then put it back in the oven just to get some color, and maybe that'll make it look more like it did on the picture, like at least some brown cheese on top. And so I added some mozzarella and some Parmesan cheese, some more parsley, some fresh parsley, and then I brushed a little bit of butter on there, and I put it back in my oven to let it brown. And so it looks a lot better than it did. Still don't look like the picture, so I'm convinced they didn't put that breadcrumb mixture on top, because they couldn't have in it, and then it looked like the way their picture looked. They couldn't have. Okay, and so I let my meatloaf rest for a few minutes, or more than a few minutes, because some of the cheese did coagulate a little bit, and so it made it a little bit harder to cut. But this actually tasted really good, guys. It had really good flavor, despite it not looking like the picture. It had really good flavor. Unfortunately, the cheese that I put on top started to come off as I cut it, but I'm okay with that because I don't like a whole lot of cheese anyway. But the meatloaf was nice and moist, very flavorful, and this was really delicious, you guys. So I would definitely say try it. Just know that it's not going to look like that picture from Facebook. But this is the finished product. I just served it with some mashed potatoes and some broccoli. But it was really, really good, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. Bye.